What's up, bitches? So Solar 3.0, or the new season, just dropped almost 12 hours ago from the time of recording this video, and I immediately wanted to start build crafting with a couple of exotics. So the first one that came to mind was the Bombardiers. By the way, I'm going to try and make this video as short as possible. I don't want it to end up too long. So yeah, let's just keep it rolling. The Bombardiers. So if you don't know what the Bombardiers do, basically when you dodge, it's going to leave behind a bomb. Depending on what subclass you're on, it's going to do different things. Arc is going to blind targets, Solar is going to scorch targets, Void is going to suppress targets, and Stasis is going to slow targets. So the reason this is good, or I shouldn't say good, but the reason it's a little bit better than it used to be is because of this little scorch keyword here. So with Solar 3.0 just coming out, there's a keyword in here, scorch, and this can do a lot of different things in Solar 3.0, and this is a really fun build that's going to just, you know, pretty much loop all your abilities, and you're going to kill tons of things while having a bonus or a damage bonus, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The Bombardiers are gonna help with that. Just jumping into our subclass here, I'm going to be using Marksman or Golden Gun Marksman. One, because it can benefit from Radiant, which is your damage bonus, 10% damage bonus, I believe, and it also does precision damage. I'm going to be using this mainly for boss damage, but honestly, you can use whatever super you want. Gambler's Dodge, just because we want the benefits from Gambler's Dodge. Dodging near an ad will recharge your melee ability. We want to keep this knife trick up as much as we possibly can. We don't need to use Acrobat's Dodge just because we already have a way of making ourselves radiant, and this is on a 1:22 cooldown, and even with 100 mobility, it's gonna take a while for us to get this back up. So yeah, we're gonna keep Gambler's Dodge. Strafe Jump because I like it the best, but you can obviously use whatever you want. We're gonna use Knife Trick just because this is gonna be up the quickest in my opinion, and it's the easiest to use with this build. Lightweight Knife is a new knife. It's pretty cool. Precision hits with this knife make you radiant for a short duration. I like running and gunning a lot, and I'm always moving and jumping. I don't think this is really good because you have to hit that precision hit to make yourself radiant. I'd rather just run Knife Trick and a fragment and keep it rolling there. Fusion Grenade, this is one of the shortest cooldowns for grenades, plus it does pretty good damage. Also, all the Solar 3.0 nades now scorch. So honestly, any nade is fine. I just like Fusion the best because of the instant scorch ability. For our aspects, On Your Mark, the first part of On Your Mark we're not going to be using because the Fighting Light doesn't do precision damage. However, the second part, activating your class ability, will immediately grant max stacks of On Your Mark. Basically, when you have max stacks, it's going to give you almost the same benefits of Dragon Shadow. It's going to give you increased weapon handling and reload speed for a short duration. The only thing it doesn't give you is the mobility boost, which is honestly okay, and it's obviously not going to reload all your weapons, which is also okay. For our second aspect, we're going to use Knock 'em Down. Two benefits here. It's going to give our Golden Gun damage resistance and longer duration, which is pretty nice. Helps for lining up the precision shots. Also, while Radiant, final blows with your equipped throwing knife will fully refund your melee energy, which is really nice. So the reason that is good is because when you throw your throwing knife and you get a hit with Ember of Torches, powered melee attacks against combatants make you and your nearby allies radiant. Basically, you throw it, get a hit, now you're radiant. Use your dodge, get your melee back, and now all your throwing knife kills are going to give your melee back fully recharged. Which is super nice. It's going to allow us to get radiant pretty much over and over and over again. Same for our team. So yeah, it's a nice little combo there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. For our fragments, we're going to use Ember of Singeing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. The reason this is good is because when using the Bombardiers, when you dodge, it's going to leave behind that little scorch bomb. And when you scorch a target, it's pretty much going to give you almost half your class ability back instantly just off that. And on our bond, or on our cloak rather, we're going to be using double utility kickstart, which is going to allow us to get our dodge back even faster. Now, the reason we want our dodge back is so we can dodge and get our knives back. And the reason we want our knives back so much, not only to make ourselves radiant, because on our arms, we're also going to be using impact induction, which is going to reduce our grenade cooldown when we cause damage with a melee. So basically, we're going to have our grenades up, our knives up, and our dodge up as much as we possibly can to keep ourselves radiant and to keep your teammates radiant. To add to getting all of our abilities up as much as possible, obviously we're going to be using the Fighting Lion. And on top of that, we're going to be using Explosive Wellmaker. So Explosive Wellmaker, when you rapidly defeat combatants with explosive damage, you're going to spawn in a Solar Elemental Well. Now we can almost triple dip with this mod here. One, the Fighting Lion double kills is going to get you an elemental well. The Bombardier explosion is double kills with the explosion is going to give you an elemental well. In addition to that, your fusion grenade is also going to give you an elemental well. On top of that, we're going to run 2 copies of Bountiful Wells, one on our helmet and one on the Bombardiers, which is going to give us 2 elemental wells instead. So that's really nice. Elemental wells, pretty much when you pick them up, they're just going to give us a bunch of ability energy to help our abilities keep rolling and rolling and rolling. So yeah, back to our fragments. Ember of Ashes, you apply more Scorch stacks to targets. So this is a 50% increase to Scorch targets. So our Bombardiers are going to, I think they normally do 40 and they're going to do 60 now with that fragment. Our throwing knives are usually 60. They're going to do 90 stacks with the fragment. And the fusion grenade, I believe, is another 60 stacks or 90 stacks. I forget exactly which one, but the point I'm making is that no matter what combo we use, from our knives to our grenade to our dodge, we're going to apply enough stacks to ignite the target. Basically, when you ignite a large solar explosion which deals damage in an area around the target, this is going to just add more AoE, more damage, more ad clear, which is essentially what this build is. Ember of Blistering, defeating targets with solar ignitions grants grenade energy. Now this is just another way of generating grenade energy. You can swap this out with something like Ember of Solace. Radiant and restoration effects applied to you have increased duration. Because we're using impact induction, you can probably get your grenade back pretty quick without this. So I'd probably swap this out and just do some testing and see which one you like better. For our last fragment, Ember of Searing, same thing, defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. I like this one a lot just because there might be some times where you're just dumping abilities into like a champion or a boss and you want your melee to come back up while you're doing damage, even though you're like kind of far away and you're kind of just like plinking him with rockets or the Fighting Lion, something like that. You want something to get your melee back. Plus it gives you 10 recovery, which is really nice. We're only running 50 recovery, which is honestly not a big deal. I haven't ran into too many problems with it. I usually never go this low, but I've been enjoying the build a lot, and I like where we're at. In addition to all the mods I mentioned already, we're going to be running Ashes to Assets, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. We're going to be having a ton of grenades. Why not get a ton of golden guns as well? I already went over that. We're going to be running the impact induction as well as the explosive well maker. I'm running a GL loader as well just to keep our Fighting Lion reload speed down as much as possible. On the chest, I'm only running Radiant Light, and I'm using the arc resist to power the Radiant Light. We're not running Powerful Friends. My mobility is already at 90. I don't really need it any higher. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm running Radiant Light, and I want to keep my strength up as much as possible as well. Nothing crazy on the Bombardiers. I have a fusion scav with recuperation, even though we're not generating orbs, but the people around you might be as well. And I already went over the W utility kickstart. I'm also running elemental ordnance, so we can get elemental wells from grenade kills as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to be the build. Some weapons that I'm pairing with it is a Deliverance that I crafted with enhanced demolitionist. If you find your grenade is not coming up as fast as you'd like, you can kill like 2 ads with this Deliverance and it'll pretty much cover the rest of the cooldown for you. There's also a new shotgun that's coming out in the kinetic slot. I forget the name of it exactly, but it can roll with a perk called Incandescence or Incandescent. When you get a kill, it'll spread Scorch to nearby ads, which is super cool and super nice for this build. So I'll probably be crafting one of those. Actually, I think it's in here somewhere. Patterns, shotguns. Yeah, without remorse. This thing, check out that Incandescent perk. It's super cool. It'll definitely elevate this build. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll kind of just let some gameplay loop in the background here just so you can see what the build can do, how often my abilities come back. So yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up this build, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. It actually really does help me a lot. Also, expect some more videos about some builds for Warlock, Titan, more on the Hunter. I'm going to try and do a video for each one, talking about maybe like 5 or 6 Fighting Lion builds for each class, maybe one for each subclass as well. It's a hard gun to build around because, you know, it doesn't have a lot of perks that enhance like your abilities and stuff like that. It basically has a perk that enhances your other guns, which is really hard to build around, but we're going to make it work. We're going to use some really cool and fun exotic for each class. I think you guys are really going to like the videos. I have some friends helping me with the builds as well. Really knowledgeable guys who know a lot about the game, who know a lot about each class as well. So yeah, they're going to be some cool videos. Look out for those. And as always, thanks for watching.